Flame on. Podcast has begun.
That sounds really good. That's some good ASMR.
Flame on. Flame on. Podcast begins.
Hey, that's good stuff. That's my fingies cracking. Welcome back to the... Ooh, that's good stuff. I wish you could hear what I'm hearing. Welcome back to the Third Opinion Podcast, everybody. Excuse you. How rude.
Excuse you.
You burp while I was introducing. So it's
I
only
didn't
one,
burp while you...
It's only one
Actually,
other,
that was you burping.
It's only one other person that
We'll
it
have
could
to
be.
go to the video for that. Too bad this is on radio.
Well, you can watch us on YouTube at Third Opinion Media.
But don't, because we all know Elisha burped.
If you watch the video, you'll find out the truth.
Yeah, that Elisha burped.
I feel like I need to now, though.
Just to properly introduce yourself.
Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast.
Welcome back,
Oh,
indeed.
it's such a good episode that we're going to have today. I'm already calling it.
We're gonna have. I'm feeling my Wheaties. You know, like what was it? Like what was Detective Pikachu? I'm feeling it in my. What is it? What has he said? I'm feeling it in my. My. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It was really silly though.
I don't know. I can't remember.
To Google we go.
But I'm feeling my Wheaties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Have my Wheaties. I'm gonna run a marathon. I'm gonna have a good one. It's gonna be a good evening.
I burped just though, but it was quiet.
It's a good evening, Elisha.
Detective.
Good evening, Elisha.
In my jellies, he said.
Filling it in my jellies.
I feel my jellies.
I'm gonna do.
Pikachu was fun.
I'm gonna do Wheaties. Filling it in my Wheaties. Hauling in my oats.
Your wheat thins.
Get it? Hauling in my oats.
Yeah,
Like the band.
I get it like the band.
Hacha. Hacha.
Well, it was going to be a good podcast. I ate an entire Domino's pizza.
Was it like thin crust or was it like regular boy slices?
It was Brooklyn style.
Ooh, love Brooklyn style.
Just because the garlic butter hurts my stomach.
You know, that's the only two ways I'll order from Domino's anymore. I don't like their pan pizza anymore.
I don't either. I do crunchy thin crust, or I do
Same. Crunchy thin crust or Brooklyn.
or Brooklyn style. Yeah,
Absolutely. Way to go.
yes.
It's delicious.
Let me run you my day real fast. Welcome everybody back to the podcast.
Okay.
Third introduction. Welcome. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on Facebook. I never bother anymore, really.
Yeah, I haven't touched that in a long time.
I just don't like using Facebook.
It doesn't
anymore.
exist.
I don't like using Facebook, really.
Might as well just delete it.
I'm tempted to.
We'll see.
We'll see. YouTube is our go-to. Go to Third
is.
Opinion Media on YouTube. I'm going to try and get youtube.com/Third Opinion Media.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get that soon. So, I went to bed at 5 o'clock last night. This morning, actually.
I went to bed at 9:30
Last night?
last night.
That's good. I wish I went to bed.
I
last
slept
night.
11 hours, Elisha.
I wish I got 11 hours of sleep.
great.
I have not slept this entire weekend because me and Andrew on Friday drank like 4 servings of Earl Grey Black, which is caffeine, breakfast caffeine,
Oof.
and watched like 4 episodes of JoJo.
That's
And
a
ate
wild.
pasta.
That's a wild evening.
That's a wild evening. We were done at like 11.
Mm.
And so, got no sleep.
Yeah.
Which means I woke up late Saturday
Mm.
at like 1 or 2.
Yep.
Got no sleep again last night.
Yep.
Woke up on Sunday at like 3 or
Right.
4. And then I didn't sleep last night. I went to bed at 5, woke up at 6:30, ran to the radio station.
That's a quick run in 30 minutes, Elisha.
It is quick around 30 minutes. I'm fast.
You're like the Sanic.
I'm like,
As
yeah,
the
I
kids
am like
say,
Sanic.
The Sanic.
Stayed fully awake during the radio station.
You're like the Donkey Kong. You're so fast.
Around midday, around lunch, at the station because I get off at 1.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm really just, and then fell asleep.
And then I died.
And then I fell asleep. I fell asleep at the radio station. And then Robert came in, and then he's like, so all my D&D stuff, and I'm like, what's going on? Where am I?
Sorewa. Nani.
I had no idea what was going on. I passed out. And then
I just picture you waking up with like keyboard keys stuck to your head, and you're like,
or like a
Nani.
bunch of like radio wires stuck to my head also.
you just have an ear, you have a wire in your ear, and
Yeah.
then you just have Nani imprinted across your head from the keyboard. Nani.
Nani? Yeah, pretty much. I had no idea where I was at.
And then just a pool of spit, just
Yes.
just like
I
dripping
felt
from your
like
beard.
like face down on next to the board.
That's awesome.
And then Robert's like, so for the same for Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm like, ugh,
What's a dungeon?
what's a dragon?
I know
Where
what
am
and
I?
is.
Where's my mom? Where's my mom?
I need an adult.
I had no idea what was going on. And then 1 o'clock rolled around, and I'm like, I'm in between planes of existence right now. I'm like, all right, here's what needs to happen right now. And I'm standing like next to Robert as he's getting all this stuff ready. I'm like, I'm gonna go home and go to bed.
Bye-bye.
And so I went home, went to bed. I fell asleep at like 1:30. Took my shoes off, laid in bed. My blanket's like a burrito, so I don't have any sheets. I just have the main blanket. I wrap myself up, put on some Blade Runner ambience.
Didn't move for days.
And I fell asleep until like 4:30, or I think I fell asleep until 3:30, because I got a phone call, but I muted my audio because we had a bunch of text script going on. Muted my phone audio. Woke up at like 3:30. I'm like, someone called me. I called it. It was therapy counseling. I'm like, all right, I'll call them back real fast. And she's like, hey, your appointment's this day. And I'm like, all right, cool, thank you. Hung up. I was like, all right, cool, thank you. And like I still had the phone on, and she hung up. I heard her like close the phone and hang up. I'm like, well, that's done at least. My
like,
phone's still recording my audio. Because I have a phone recorder, and I'm like, got that done. And the phone's like still counting down like 38, 39, 40, 41 for a call timer. And I'm like, and I pressed the button to hit the call. And I fell back asleep.
Oh boy.
And I was asleep for like 40 more. I woke up at like 4:40, 4:50. And I woke up and I'm like, I need Domino's.
Man need food.
Baby need food.
Scavenge for food.
Baby,
Call Big Papa Domino.
Baby need Domino.
Call Domino. Make a big pizza.
The title of
belly,
this episode
belly, yum,
is
yum.
This is the Stupidest Podcast episode. I just now thought of the title name.
Yes. The caveman episode.
So I get up. I'm like, man, I am dying of thirst. And also, I sleep with no clothes on, except for underwear and sometimes socks if I'm cold. My skin was on fire because I'm wearing what I'm wearing now.
Right.
When I was asleep, which is like full athletic clothes. Yeah. And some of it's skin tight, some of it's loose.
Needless to say, you lost 5 pounds in your nap.
Probably. That's why I probably ate what I entire night of pizza.
You just pull the blanket off you, and it's just like
was hot.
The sweat just.
I was like, I am going to die of heat exhaustion. I've had heat exhaustion before. It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
And I'm like, man, I'm going to die of heat exhaustion
right
now.
I'm pretty sure I had some on Saturday.
I've had it like twice. It's the worst. It is the worst.
Yeah. You just got to drink it and sleep it off.
Yeah. You got to get out of direct sunlight, and you got to drink a bunch of water.
Oh, yeah.
But don't overhydrate yourself. So I woke up like 4:45, 4:50, and I'm like, Ethan's gonna be here in an hour.
Ethan, here hour.
And
Me need Domino's.
And I'm like, okay, here's what I can do. And I'm like, slapping myself awake a little bit. I get up, waddle over to the sink where my jug is waiting for me to fill back up. I fill it up probably halfway.
Need big sippy.
And I'm like, drink a bunch of water. You saw how empty it was whenever you got here.
I did. I see that.
I probably have drank a gallon and a half of water today.
You probably need it.
I definitely need it.
Just don't wet your bed tonight.
I won't. I'm still thirsty right now.
Joke's on you, Ethan. I have a rubber sheet.
It's a water bed. I didn't want to find out the liquid.
I'll fill it myself. Hi.
That's a crude joke. I apologize for all the radio listeners. That's a crude joke. We might have to cut that part out. We'll find out, though. Who knows? Anyway.
I was talking about the water, Elisha.
Yeah, I wasn't. Anyway. So I'm like, okay, here's the order of operations. Here's what needs to happen right now post-nap. Post 4-hour nap. Food. Get stuff ready for the podcast. Water. D&D stuff. Get stuff ready for D&D's Friday. I have venturing at some point today also. The boy thought then. So I'm like, okay, drink water. Water problem solved.
Fuel up, baby.
Throw on my shoes. I'm like, okay,
absolutely. Food
problem. Let's go to my car, turn my car on, sit in the car for a bit, and get woken up before I start driving. So I get in, grab my keys and stuff. I'm like, hey, Google, I'm leaving. Like, gotcha, see you in a bit. I'm like, all right, cool. Lock the door, go outside. Nice, cool day out. Beautiful, sunny.
It was
a
nice.
little bit of wind, but it's like 75, 80.
It was really
not
nice
blistering
today.
hot.
I'll tell you what, this weekend was really nice too.
The weekend weather was nice. It rained.
At least I know down here it was hot.
It rained just a little
bit.
But
I was up in Knoxville. Well, I'll tell you my weekend in a minute. I'll let you finish off.
Yeah.
I apologize, my good sir.
I apologize.
Please continue.
Apologize.
Please continue.
But the weather was nice. Today's weather was nice. It wasn't too hot. Wasn't just a little bit of wind. Not enough wind to throw you around when you're driving a coupe vehicle. Nice breeze. And I'm like, okay, cool. Weather's not too bad. I can drive with no windows down.
Speaking of coupes, caveating really quick. My car's back at the shop.
Oh no, car saga continue. Another working title of today's episode. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm in my car now. Turn it on. You know, big V8 engine. We do a car review about my car sometime. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Car's on. Go to the Domino's app. Place a Domino's order. Excuse me. Place a Domino's order.
I don't know why I found that so funny.
Two vegetable spinach.
Excuse me.
Diced tomato.
Yes.
I wish they made them smaller, but they're still tasty.
Are they larger chunks like that? Or
Yeah, they're probably quarter-sized chunks.
yeah, it's a bit of much tomato. It's
Bit
a bit of
big.
much of tomato. Almost like a diced tomato would be great.
Yeah. Like
Like-
small can-sized
Like little
diced tomatoes.
cubes, you know?
Little tiny cubes would be good. Like a tomato, and just get a little apple
Yeah.
slicer and just
Yeah.
chop it Tim way.
Oh, yeah.
So all right, I'm in the car, place the order. I'm like, whew, all right, I'm awake. I'm fully awake now. The sun's giving me energy to be awake, as opposed to being inside my cave where it's dark, pitch black almost. Sometimes, broad daylight and it's dark.
Big man, removed from cave. Fetch water. Sustenance. Must live.
Drive big car.
Drive big car. Be fast.
Very fast. And
Make mini errand.
And like, all right, cool. It'll be ready in 12 minutes. Back out, take the nice leisurely drive all the way to town. There was like four people pulled over, like on the highway and
There's
in town.
been a lot of cops out lately.
It's just been a lot of cops out
Yeah.
since like the end of 2017.
Yeah, well, I think they're doing. They're partnered with. I think the local people are partnered with. The state troopers. I think they had like something going
Like
on. They usually do it like at the end of
Tennessee
Memorial
Highway
Day to
Patrol
whatever.
and also the Tennessee
Safety something. I think.
Highway Safety,
I don't
whatever
know.
it's called.
I think it's all related.
They have
But
been
yeah,
since the end of
anyway.
2017, I
Mhm.
think.
But they
There's
they
a
usually
video
around
on
certain
that I can
holidays
do.
they usually ramp it up. But yeah.
So I'm like, man, a lot of people out. So I drive normally as usual. As usual, I drive normally. Wink, wink. So I get to Domino's. I'm like, all right, pizza, please. They hand me the pizza. Nice hot. I'm listening to Van Halen, by Van Halen, the album, on the way over there, on the way back. Running with the Devil, good track.
Yeah, it's a good track.
Good. Their first album is a great album.
It is.
It's so good because they like played for years before they made their first studio album. Like for 4 or 5 years, they just toured.
Yeah.
They just played and toured and did all that. Like, all right, we should make an album now. Someone asked them, "Can you make an album?" They're
Like,
yeah,
sure.
we'll
Why
make an
not?
album.
We'll do an album.
Yeah, and they have an awesome album. So I get home, I turn on some Dungeons and Dragons video to watch, a bunch of just other stupid comedy stuff,
Of course.
and I eat an entire Domino's pizza. The
Cave-
story was alluded to.
Caveman, make mini sustenance.
Well, at the beginning of the story, and I apologize for the story's length, I ate an entire Domino's pizza. I think it's 300 calories per one slice,
Something like that. That's a lot of calories.
and I think there's 8 slices in per pie. There is. Domino's has 8
Yeah,
slices.
Especially the Brooklyn.
That way, everybody has 2.
The Brooklyn is 8. Yep, for sure.
So
But they're very big slices.
they are nice big slices. I ate an entire Domino's pizza. Comedy comes in threes.
Sometimes that's how it works. Sometimes that's just how you do.
I also didn't have lunch. I had Taco Bell at 12 o'clock last night
That's
because
fair.
I'm like, my schedule's gonna
You
be all
probably
messed up.
needed a full
My
pizza
schedule's
at
gonna
that
be
point.
all messed up this entire next day
Mhm.
today. So I'm gonna have Taco Bell at 1 o'clock in the morning right now. Taco Bell meal. I had 3 cheesy bean and rice, add potatoes.
I like those.
They're good.
With potatoes?
And you add potatoes. I add
I didn't
potatoes.
know you could do that.
Extra 50 cents. So it's like $3 for 2 burritos.
Cheesy potato. You know what I bet would be good? Do they still have the quesarito?
I love yes. I love it.
Okay,
Get
picture
rid of
this.
beef, add beef.
Quesarito.
Yeah.
Add potato.
It's good.
Have you done that?
It's like $4,
I bet that's
but
delicious.
it's good.
Because they have that cheesy.
The way they do it is they
have
wrap around the
they have
cheese.
cheesy sauce. And
Yeah,
they have
the cheese sauce is wrapped around the layers of the burrito, and then they grill it, and that's how it makes it so creamy. And sour
like that,
cream,
and they
and
have
spicy chipotle, and
Chipotle. Yeah, just all that
So
cheese
good.
sauce in there.
It's so good.
Yeah, all about that.
cheese sauce hurts my tongue though, so I'm trying not to have as much.
But it's so good.
But it's so tasty. When I
It's
do, I'm like,
so
all right, we're
good.
gonna have an upset tummy day today.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Just commit for it.
So, you like my power stance? I ate an entire Domino's pizza.
By the way, folks, I ate a Domino's pizza today.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of cheese.
But I had Taco Bell at 1, and then I had Domino's at 4:30
Mm.
at 5, and I figured, okay, I can probably eat an entire pizza. I can probably eat before Ethan gets here. Didn't think I was gonna have an entire Domino's pizza, an entire large Brooklyn style pizza.
Mm.
I will eat before Ethan gets here at 6. As soon as I get back home, you're like, be a bit late for work stuff. You call me and be like, be a bit late for work stuff. I didn't have your number saved to my phone either, so I'm like,
Who is you?
so it's the area. I almost said your phone
Yeah.
number, and I'm like, I can guess who this is. This is 4 people. This is one of 4
Yeah.
people. Answer it. It's
And
you.
realistically, I'm the only one that actually calls you.
Sometimes venturing stuff.
Fair.
And I don't have any of their numbers. And over time, I'm like, okay, who is this? I add the number. I'm like, all right, cool. That's Christy. I add Christy, and she's in my phone now. And I always forget to add numbers. So you're in my phone number now. You're in my phone. Your number's in my phone. Because we use Messenger usually.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
you call me, and I'm like,
To be
let's
fair,
figure
I
out-
could have called you through Messenger, but
I'm like, okay, let's figure out who this is. Answer it. It's you. Like I heard, hello, baby. And I'm like, this is Ethan.
Oh, I know what this is.
I know who this is. And you're like, be there
yeah.
past 7 probably. I'll let you know if it's a little bit later. I'm like, all right, awesome. I get to eat an entire pizza now and watch
Now
more Dungeons and Dragons.
I get to gorge and be.
I get to
be a happy
drink
boy.
more water, which I really need more water right now,
Yeah, you
and
definitely
I get to eat an entire pizza.
You're gonna be floating in that bed tonight.
Yes, I am.
You might need a catheter.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I do.
So, to round the story down, whole pizza,
I ate a whole pizza.
gallon and a half of water,
Need a catheter.
slept for maybe 6 hours max. I did the classic, not Grecian 4-4 split, where it's 4 hours at one point, midday, 4 hours again later. I forgot what there's an actual split. There's a title for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know what it's called. But I did kind of a split with like sleeping schedule. I tried before and it didn't really work out.
No, it's hard.
It's
hard.
hard.
It's hard on your body.
It is hard on your body. Some people's bodies are just better for it.
Yeah. I can't do it.
Leonardo da Vinci slept like 15 minutes every 2 hours.
Yeah, I would die or go crazy.
Which is probably why he gets so much
Probably
stuff
go crazy.
done. Yeah, it was probably what happened.
Yeah.
So
He probably just cracked the code. You know.
probably, and that's why
I bet that guy was wild.
he probably was.
I bet he was super.
No, he
eccentric.
is wild because if you just look at stuff that he did, you can ascertain that is not a sane
This is
man.
not a normal boy.
It's not a normal person. Yeah.
Flying machines.
That was some of the best parts of the Assassin's Creed 2 like trilogy.
Agreed.
Series.
Yeah, he was interesting.
He was an interesting character. You had bat wings in that game, I think.
One of the games, yeah, you did. You had a
Or
glider.
like a glider or something
Yeah, a
like
little
that.
glider
I
thing.
think it was the last
Flying
one.
machines.
I think it was Revelations.
Future man.
Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 are probably my favorite though.
I really have enjoyed Odyssey. It's my favorite.
Everyone says they love Odyssey. Cecilia loves Odyssey.
It's so good.
Robert loves Odyssey.
Mhm.
It looks like a fun game.
It is. It's my favorite one, just story wise. Now, assassin wise, it's not really assassin. You
Eh.
know, she's not really an assassin. She really isn't. She's not an assassin.
It's kind of not important
You know?
though, I feel like.
But the story is good. The world is huge. It's pretty. You know,
Yeah.
it's a great game.
Yeah.
Good time. I've got almost 100 hours into it, and I still have
Woo.
so much to do.
That's good.
I haven't even tapped the DLC yet. Like, not even
Wow.
scratched it.
Wow.
I'm still in the main game.
Wow.
Right?
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So, very excited.
yeah, that's what I've done in the
Well, let
past
me
couple of days.
Tell you what
Go ahead,
I've
tell
done, Elisha
Tell you
son.
hours while I go grab my water so I can drink it.
Well, Elisha son, I went to visit my girlfriend
Have fun.
up in the east parts of the fair state of Tennessee. And I went to another Renaissance fair. It is called. There is. There's one in East Tennessee. It's in Harriman, which is in Roane County. It's a really cool little spot. It's not as big as the one in Arrington, right past Murfreesboro.
Yes.
And it's more. I think it's more volunteer based.
Ooh,
But they did a great job. Like, it was knockout. It was the fifth year they've done it.
Exciting.
Their storyline is centered around. They actually have like a storyline, and all their little
exciting.
most of their little skits and stuff tie in together,
That's very
which is
exciting.
really cool. So it's Robin Hood,
Mhm.
Maid Marian, King Richard, all that good stuff.
Yes,
King
yes.
Richard's brother,
Yes.
Sheriff of Nottingham, blah blah blah. They had a really cool battle chess sequence,
Exciting.
which was neat because like they mention all these other things,
Mhm.
and then as we went to shows around the thing, I was like, oh hey, they mentioned that in the show. They mentioned
So
that
it's
in
like,
the other
like
thing.
a good story.
Yeah,
then.
so it was like all like ties together. It was
build
pretty,
it, pay off. Build it,
yeah,
pay off.
it was pretty cool.
Exciting.
It was really cool. Had me a tasty bratwurst
Ooh.
and a fruit cup. it was very good. I tell you what, the coolest thing was that they had. I wish I would have got one, but they were like $10. They took a whole pineapple, hacked off the top.
Yeah.
Took a thing that like cored the middle of it, but it pulled out all the excess and left like a little thing in the middle, and then made a smoothie inside the pineapple.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Like full on. Like
I would have bought that.
Right? Like full on like super fruit smoothie.
That is wild.
It looked so good, and then they put the part that they had cored out.
Yeah.
Pardon me for your rockets there.
It's fine. I couldn't hear.
They put the pineapple rings on the outside of it.
That is interesting.
It looks so tasty.
That sounds really neat.
But I didn't get one. I wish I would have now, but it was really good. But yeah, did that. Had tasty dinners. Had some tasty dinners at the old Charlie's.
Fun.
Good stuff always.
Very exciting.
And then I came back yesterday. I went and saw Brightburn.
Good Lord.
Which was fun.
How was Brightburn?
It was pretty good. You could apparently from what I researched going into it, it was a very low budget film, and you could tell that, and it was a little bit hurt by it. For those of you who don't know, Brightburn is basically a what if Superman was a bad guy, essentially. The child is basically he has Superman powers, can't be cut, bullets bounce off of him. Whatever.
Pretty much Superman.
Basically, he finds out that his parents. I'll just spoil the movie. Spoilers.
Spoilers for Brightburn.
So put your fingers in your ears if you don't want to hear it. But just brief synopsis. Basically, he finds out that his parents lied to him. About being adopted.
Oh.
And he loses his mind.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm superior to you all, so now I'm just gonna kill whoever I want. So he kills his aunt. He kills his uncle. He kills both of his parents,
oh my goodness.
like his adoptive parents. And so the whole thing that like sparks his powers is, so it's his 12th birthday, whatever happens, and he starts getting this message from the ship that they like housed, under they kept it like locked in a basement in their barn.
Oh my gosh.
And you hear like, grump, grump, and then it's just like speaking in this alien language, and the message ends up translating to "take the world." Yeah. Right? And so this kid's just like, take the world. He's like, all right. He's like, all right, cool. I'm adopted. You didn't really adopt me, and I'm going to murder you all now. And he just has like no sense of feeling, and it's just like whatever. And then the movie ends, and how it ends is he's killed his mom and his dad. So he's killed his dad. So up to this point, he had killed his aunt and uncle first. He killed the waitress, which was tied into a girl he liked. Then he kills his dad, who takes him out on a hunting trip under the facade of to shoot him, to put him down.
Yeah.
Because he knows the dad like catches on. He's hurting people.
Yes.
You
can kind of tell.
Yeah, and the mom's like, no, he's my baby. No, he's not gonna hurt anybody.
Yeah.
And then he kills the dad, and then he kills the mom. Like he flies up with her like Lois Lane style, like in his arms, and just drops her. He's like, bye.
It's rated R, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely right. There's at one point like this guy, like he erects his uncle. He like picks up the Jeep and just like chucks it down, and then like his jaw is just like, just like full, and you see it just full on, just like hanging. Yeah, and he's just and like you hear it like, and it's brutal. It's pretty rough. So. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Even I was like, ooh, and I'm not usually bothered by like, I'm just like, ooh, But and then he sees an airliner and just chucks it into his house to mask it as a crash, and it ends with him sitting on the tailgate of an ambulance as the only survivor, just eating a chocolate chip cookie.
Oh my goodness!
Just completely just fine. He's just like,
it's a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, he's 12-year-old boy.
It sounds like one of those Twilight Zone episodes. The one
it's wild.
where the kid has like
the
weird
coolest thing at the
powers.
In the end though, like it starts showing like clips of him like in other states, like he burns a forest in Nebraska. Because it takes place in Kansas, Brightburn, Kansas, and so it shows him like burning a forest in Nebraska, knocking down an office building somewhere in like a big city, like slowly ramping things up, and then it alludes to 6 other like super entities or whatever. That are basically like the Injustice League. And this like Alex Jones kind of like podcaster guy's like, we got to get our stuff together, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends. And like you see like a little drawing.
So set it for a sequel.
I hope so. I hope they do it. Like he talks about like a fish monster.
Yeah.
Like so Aquaman, he talks about a woman like strangling people with whips.
Yeah.
and ropes, which would be like with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And there's a Martian Manhunter looking one. There's like he just looks like a straight alien in a
Love
cape.
Martian Manhunter.
There's like a Batman looking one. He being Superman. Then there's another one that's a question.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I
wild.
left. The cool part was the movie was it was pretty good. I'd give it maybe a 7 out of 10.
But the lore is what sounds like carries it.
Yeah, no, that part was really interesting. But I wish they would I would love to read a comic book of that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so limited by budget because you can definitely tell like the parts of him actually using powers are very limited.
Low CG budget probably.
Which is unfortunate because he gets heat vision really early on, and you only see him use it once. Well, really twice, but that's how he kills his dad. Like he just straight on heat visions through his eye sockets and blows out the back of his head.
Oh my gosh!
And you just see it, you go, and I was like, oh, yeah. So it was rough.
Where'd you watch this?
Cookville.
Okay, good. I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's not our theater.
No, I was the only one watching it. Yeah, that was the cool part though. I was the only one in the entire theater.
So you could be like, wow.
So I was just like, oh, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I was just like, I just enjoyed it.
Did you watch John Wick 3 yet?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the day of release. Remember? I saw it
Yeah,
before you
yeah,
guys did.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were waiting for Robert, I think, is who we were waiting for.
Mm.
And we also didn't want to spoil it. That's
Yeah.
pretty much how our theater at John Wick 3 was. Whenever something cool happened, everyone was like, wow!
Yeah, no, that's how this. But yeah, it was wild. I
That
don't
was
think I'd watch
crazy.
it again. It was a little bit not rough.
I've seen
I
it
mean,
twice
it
already.
was rough.
It was rough.
Well, no, I'm talking about Brightburn.
Oh.
Brightburn was pretty rough.
I
was just
want
like,
to see Brightburn now.
It's good, but it's not something I don't think I would watch twice. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was my weekend. It was a good weekend.
That was pretty wild.
And then today's been incredibly busy.
Yeah. Today for me was going to be crazy busy, but everything was canceled.
So
No venturing, that's why I'm recording this late.
tomorrow's a little bit more low key, which is nice.
What is nice. And then we have a fun D&D thing.
Indeed.
More to
We
come
have
later
the
on
D&D,
that.
We have the D&D our session tomorrow.
We do.
And then we have
be a lot of fun.
another thing coming up perhaps too. Which
I
is
cleaned up the table where we play.
exciting. I saw that. It looks nice.
It's
A lot
very
more
nice.
room and stuff,
Yep.
so that'll be good.
We can fit more people.
I've got
That should be nice.
you guys should level up tomorrow.
Neat.
Depending
Level 6.
on because you should
Because we made it to the forest.
you should make it
and
through.
we're about to get to a long rest.
You should make it through all of the dungeon that I prepared basically.
Exciting. It's very exciting.
I mean, it's just in the forest, but it's like it's dungeon-esque. So
Yeah.
should be cool.
Very exciting. Let's see. It's only 4,
The
5
fu-
sessions.
the funny part is I've had the boss planned out for weeks.
I've had a lot of stuff with the Dragon
So,
Heist.
that was cool.
I've had a lot of stuff with the Dragon Heist just planned out for months
That was
before I even knew that I was going to be DMing it.
I'm gonna have to start planning again pretty hard because
Yeah.
this is the point that I prepared up to.
Yeah.
So
Neat. Very
but
exciting.
yeah, so it'll be exciting. So that's that.
I'm excited to play a character again. I haven't played a character in a bit.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm excited for whenever we do the one shot or whatever. I'm super excited about
This
that.
will be exciting.
Mhm.
This will be very exciting.
I'm really excited about this character.
I'm excited for the game. I'm
I
glad. I
wish
would be
we
fine
could
with
do
playing. If we don't get a healer for the group, I don't mind
Mhm.
throwing in a healer to be like subsidiary to the main group.
Well, so I have not picked out my lower level spells,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll have a little bit of healing, but I am a primary damage dealer
Cool.
or a DPS character
Cool.
with support. But I'm a bard.
Fun.
College of the Sword.
Cool. Very neat. And you're going leader, aren't you?
Yes.
Very exciting.
So.
I'll have to tell you what that entails later.
Cool.
But very exciting. Me and Andrew ran a couple of the monsters that will be in.
Yeah.
It's mostly combat based. That's fine. That's fair to say. Mostly combat based.
Yeah. Which is
he-
what I figured.
he-
So I-
heavy
I
RP, but mostly
I kind of
combat.
tried to gear my skills and choices for a little bit of both. But
Yeah.
more of the spells I took are going to be more combat focused because College of the Sword is more combat oriented.
Yeah.
So
yeah, fair to say. Mostly combat oriented.
Cool.
Me and Andrew ran through some of the bosses, and he killed both the bosses, no problem. Or one of them, he almost lost, but because of low intelligence rolls, he won, and good luck on his part. So a little bit of tweaking there, and then the actual story and meat of the actual one shot I need to be doing this week.
Cool.
In conjunction with getting my Venturing Summit award
Very
application
exciting.
stuff.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The
Hopefully
council
it'll go
said.
well.
Me too. I hope so.
That's always stressful. I remember sitting through my Eagle board. It's very stressful.
It's very stressful. The summit is going to be the 15th, Saturday, but the application was approved like day of.
Great.
Like a couple hours after they received it, like, yeah, approved. And I'm like, all right, awesome. I got to get to work faster now.
All right, bye.
Pretty much. Like, oh, okay. I expect like a few weeks delay.
Yeah,
But they
no,
said an
usually.
hour of, and I'm like, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff to do for venturing, and then I'm done.
Very cool.
I'm a venturing youth boy.
Venturing out.
Complete stamp.
Da-da-da.
Exciting. Man, what a fun episode.
Good times.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being here.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Follow us on YouTube and listen here Tuesdays at 3 and Fridays at 5.
At 5.
At 5.
Tuesdays at 3.
Fridays
at 5.
And we'll see you in the next episode.